You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Days of Our Lives fans, I have got your early edition spoilers for February 24th through the 28th. EJ is going to work a new angle and Philip is stunned. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. If you're not following, please click subscribe. As we do on early edition days, we start with what's coming the rest of this week, which starts on Wednesday, February 19th. Belle and EJ bicker some more this week. At one point, she's actually going to throw a water in his face, shocking him, but I still think they're probably going to hit the sheets. And EJ makes it very clear to Belle that he does have feelings for her. This is not a casual thing. EJ doesn't want to hit it and quit it, but all the other things he is doing, of course, are putting this blossoming, whatever this is between them, at risk. But Sean, Jada, Marlena, and others also hate Belle being with EJ, so this is going to be very problematic. But then again, if you're told you can't have something, you know, that forbidden fruit is so sweet, right? Xander and Sarah are having a romantic dinner, kissing, roses, cake, love, dinner by the fireplace, all that good stuff. And then in the middle of it, his brother Phillip Kiriakis shows up with his luggage to move in. And remember, you know, Xander asked him to move in. Sarah thought it was a great idea. And there he is on Valentine's Day, but it's not like he has a girlfriend or a date. So I wonder if they'll feel sorry for him and ask him to join them. There are some one-on-one scenes of Xander and Philip on Valentine's Day, which is our February 19th in real life. Kate spends some time with Roman. She also drops in on Philip. She's questioning his plans, and I wonder if Kate thinks it's a bad idea that Philip moves into the Kiriakis mansion. Maybe she is worried that Philip is more likely to be busted if he's there spending a lot more time with Xander. And Sean and Jada bond and hang out at the pub as she shares her frustrations about EJ and Rafe. Thursday, February 20th, Belle tries to trap EJ. He's not going to like that. She's in this odd position. They're both in this odd position where there's a professional rivalry, there's some animosity, but there's also a lot of chemistry. I've seen comments, people are very polarized. They either really like them or really don't like them. I like them, but I would probably like EJ romancing a houseplant. So there's that. I just like Dan Feuerriegel. And Javi decides he can't hold back anymore, and he tells Jada the awful truth on Thursday, and the only secret he's sitting on is that fake Rafe, who they both think is real Rafe, slept with a stripper the night before the wedding that imploded. So he's going to go, and Javi's going to tell Jada, who at that point probably thinks, you know, things can't get any worse. She can't feel any worse about life. And then, you know, Javi says, oh no, hold my beer. Things are worse. Kristen considers drastic measures to protect Rachel from the repercussions of her digital harassment and then her basically aiding and abetting in Ava's kidnapping with her grandma, or Rachel Sr., aka the woman in black. And I think Kristen will do literally anything to protect Rachel, which doesn't bode very well for Ava Vitali. And Leo considers next steps in life now that he's not a soap writer and he's not Lady W. We haven't seen Carrie in a minute, so maybe he can get that job back. Friday, February 21st, we're going to round out this week with Steve and Brady locating Ava. So I wonder what leads them back to Blake House. You know, maybe Brady thinks there's a clue there since Rachel was hanging out there. You know, he and Kristen found Rachel there. And Rafe tries to get Rachel Blake to free him, and I wonder if the woman in white hides him and herself when the guys show up for Ava. I'm guessing this action on Friday is also going to carry over into Monday, as it does pretty often. Kristen tells EJ she has an idea. She's got a long-term strategy she thinks can deal with their Rafe and Ava issues, because they need them basically in long-term storage. Maybe she can borrow Megan Hathaway's, you know, those tubes, like that one she kept Beau frozen in for, what was that, 15 years, 20 years? But I just wonder if by the time Kristen tells EJ her big idea if Ava has already been rescued. And Jada is absolutely crushed by Rafe's cheating, and she is back talking to Sean. She opens up to him and he comforts her, and we'll see what happens from there. Sparks are flying with these two in coming days. February 24th through the 28th next week, we're going to see Sophia very eager to settle on adoption plans, but will her mom Amy agree to Chanel and Johnny as prospective parents? They're not really religious, which was Amy's top priority, but I think for Sophia and Tate, Chanel and Johnny may seem a good choice. They're a young couple. They are affluent. Their child will have lots of advantages. They have a good brand name. DiMera is a good name. And it's a shady name too, but still. And I wonder if Tate will overshare with Sophia that he got intimate with Holly. Also, will Brady just think that the baby growing up at DiMera might not be a good idea, even though he likes Johnny and Chanel, because he's had some pretty bad experiences with DiMera's. And EJ is frustrated by Paulina and Abe telling him he cannot be DA again and to get lost. So will he sacrifice his ambitions and just settle for what he's got, just being, rich and hot? Or will he come at this problem another way because he wants the power back and he also wants to protect his interest? Rafe may be left behind at Blake House, and, Ava should be safely back in Salem and dealing with what to do about her captivity and the people who engineered it. And of course, how this is all affecting Brady, the guy that she is rapidly falling for. We'll have more on the hospital bankruptcy and a race to find some sort of angel investor to save it. It might be Kiriakis money, DiMera money, Kate and Abe's soap slush fund. Something's got to save it. Philip and Xander deepen their bond as brothers now that he moved into the mansion, and Philip is pretty stunned that he likes, having a brother like this, and that he actually likes Xander, which is weird, right? For him, I like Xander. He's one of my favorite people on the show. Stephanie and Alex are living their best life, exploring this new romance of theirs without job stress or any of that hanging over them. But will jilted Joy become a problem? Also, what will Joy do now that she's got no job, no boyfriend, and no way to pay her rent in Salem? Arnold may be forced to move back into the Hernandez home because staying away now that Jada has moved out will look very suspicious. But Arnold being around Rafe's family is a recipe for disaster because he's an idiot with no self-control, and they know Rafe better than anyone.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.